And under secondary data, we used extracts of ancient text and also other relevant articles. We can see the images of our sources. Now onto our study area for research. Our study, this research delves into the study area of India, offering insights into its unique characteristics and methodology employed to investigate the art of living. Now, this map here is represents the distribution of respondents in our primary survey across India, and this map was generated by us through our own data and JS software. Now, Tamanna will continue.
Thank you. Here you can see the intergenerational survey that we conducted. And moving on to the analysis, according to the intergenerational primary survey results, figure 1.1 shows Figure 1.1 shows that nearly 90% of the respondents believe that ancient philosophies play a crucial role in promoting individual and societal happiness. Ancient norms such as Atma, representing individual self, and Anand, signifying happiness, emerge as highly relevant in promoting well-being. Figure 1.2 displays respondents' optimism about the integration of Ayurvedic principles into modern healthcare practices, since many people believe that Ayurveda is effective at solving medical problems. For example, it suggests ashwagandha applications in neurological disorders such as depression, anxiety, and epilepsy. Figure 1.3 indicates that the majority of 93% view urbanization and industrialization as highly detrimental due to deforestation and growing unnecessary needs. Now, the prevalence of severe pollution in cities, with Delhi serving as a prominent example, highlights this detrimental effect. Figure 1.4 Figure 1.4 shows that many believe ancient communities to have stronger cohesion, now attributing this perception to increasing crime rates and gated societies in modern world. Figure 1.5 represents 60% of the respondents who believe that education has undergone significant changes over time, transitioning from gurukuls educating values about life to now private schools preparing individuals for employment. Figure 1.6 shows majority of the respondents that agree that ancient culture and heritage have been partially preserved and integrated in present homogeneous society. In figure 1.7, over 81% of the respondents believe that the healthcare practices of ancient India are still relevant in modern time. And in figure 1.8 states that almost 90% of the respondents believe that the ancient Indian practices were sustainable by default. Here, figure 1.9 displays that the majority of the respondents agree that ancient Indian diets were healthy and balanced, since the modern lifestyle heavily depends on packaged and fast foods, which has developed a trend of harmful eating habits. In figure 1.11, you can see that the data indicates that primary occupational pattern were prevalent in ancient times, but there has been a gradual shift towards secondary and tertiary sector. Now, this shift can be attributed to advanced technologies, globalization, and changing consumer demands, which has led to a diversification of job opportunities beyond just the traditional primary sector. Figure 1.12 represents over 100 participants who acknowledge that communication in ancient India was done either orally or through writing, and the rest assume it to be moderately advanced or limited. Figure 1.13 tells us about respondents who are optimistic about drawing ancient wisdom to create a sustainable future. Figure 1.14 signifies that 90% of the respondents believe that spirituality was very significant in ancient times, while only 34% view it as significant in present times, as you can see in figure 1.15. Now, this could be because of time constraint and monotonous lifestyle that we are living. Figure 1.16 displays around 75% of the respondents who acknowledge that the education approach in ancient India was comprehensive. However, if you can see figure 1.17, there are mixed opinions about the relevance of ancient education system into the modern world, given the advanced technologies, growing use of AI, and change in occupation patterns. Figure 1.18 represents a consensus that mindful practices like yoga and meditation play a vital role in stress management and mental health. Figure 1.19 shows that almost 50% of the respondents speculate that ancient people regarded natural resources as closely related, 25% consider them sacred, 18.6 conserve them, and the rest worship them. Lastly, figure 1.20 indicates that the majority of the intergeneration respondents recognize the importance of individual well-being through a sense of community belongingness.
Yes. Now on to the secondary data analysis. In our secondary data search for data, we have found the Brihat Samhita of Varamira from the 6th century, and we have utilized the extracts of that literature, and especially in the Adhyaya 54 about on the exploration of water springs, we have took extracts from those things, and which relates to the use of water from and how the trees could be grown, and also in Adhyaya 55, which is on the treatment of trees. Where the water, where he also mentions that the relationship between a man and the nature, where he says that the importance of similarities of water and humanity, and the water courses running above and below within the earth represents as arteries for circulation of blood in human body. Now, onto the another literature that we have used is Valvial Nerigal by Dr. C. Balasubramaniam, which is a Tamil literature, and which literally translates to the principles of life and offers profound insights into the ancient Tamil philosophies and the ideologies concerning the way of life. And here we have an extract from the literature Purananuru by Kaniyan Pungunanar. It is an 6th century BC literature, and here the most important point to note is that we neither marvel at the greatness of the great or nor they despise the men of the low status. Here we see the societal ideology in the 6th century BC among the people of Tamil society.
To conclude, we have come a long way as a civilization, from Rigved and Samved to the longest written constitution of the world, from building Pushpak Vimans 4,000 years ago to build Miraj and Tejas today, from worshipping Moon and Mars to today going to Moon and Mars through Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan. Ecologically, the West had just started to learn the concept of living in harmony with nature. But as a civilization, we have been worshipping trees for centuries. In ancient time, the art of living was deeply rooted in the ecological consciousness, emphasizing the harmony with nature through practices like sustainable agriculture, reverence for elements, and holistic wellness systems such as Ayurveda and yoga. Today, rapid industrialization, urbanization, and consumerism have led to a disconnect from these traditions, leading to environmental degradation and health crisis. However, a growing push for a green earth approach is gaining momentum, promoting to things like renewable energy, organic farming, and mindfulness. This shift is informed by the intergenerational data collection, which highlights the urgent need to preserve our planet for the future generations. By combining old wisdom with the new knowledge, we seek to repair our connection with nature, promoting a sustainable balance that respects our past and our duty to care for the earth. Challenges encountered during research. Obtaining historical records was a difficult task. Difficulties encountered during gathering and analyzing data. Time constraint restricted the depth of analysis. Language barrier affected assessing literature and communication. The research owns a much too valuable inputs to the scientific committee throughout the last 3 rounds. Their contribution was greatly influenced the study's direction and quality. Now, as we embark our journey forwards, let's do it with a clear vision and a strong dedication to progress. Now, it's up to us young people to take care of this planet and take decisive steps towards the sustainable future. By embracing the minimalistic lifestyle and prioritizing the principle of reduce, reuse, and recycle, we can minimize our ecological footprints and contribute to the healthier planet. Additionally, harnessing the power of green technology will propel us towards the greener future. It's crucial to recognize that nature provides us with enough for our needs, but not for our greeds. Living in harmony with nature and utilizing its resources responsibly is essential for the sustainable future. From dawn to dusk, let's commit ourselves to protect our planet. Our collective efforts as 1.45 billion Indians are crucial in safeguarding the earth for the future generation. These are our lectures. You can see that. At last, but not the least, as we can see, consumer is the culprit and minimalistic approach is the solution. So I request everyone to be please minimalistic as there is no planet B. That's all from my side. Thanks for your patience listening.
Now the floor is open for the interjections. This one.
Please.
Just some clarification regarding the questions. How did you define ancient? Like, there were so many questions which were like in ancient India. So if somebody asks me what is ancient India, my understanding is going to be different from maybe somebody else. So did you give some time period to them, or you would just let it take their call that they define ancient India?
मैम वी डिफाइंड एंशिएंट इंडिया एज कि हमारे पास जो स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं पुराने जहाँ पे हम डेटा को एक्सट्रैक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं लाइक वैसे कुछ लिटरेचर जैसे हमने आपको शो किया उसमें फोटोग्राफ्स के थ्रू वी कंसीडर इट एज एंशिएंट इंडिया एंड मिडिवल इंडिया जो हम बीच का पीरियड देखते हैं और मॉडर्न इंडिया जो अब का टाइम पीरियड है
That is how we define it.
Can you elaborate more on the intergenerational analysis that you reflected on?
यस सर वेट फॉर अ व्हाइल Yes. So this is the intergenerational data. We have collected it from all over India. Likewise, there was a barrier कि हम लोग physically नहीं जा सकते थे वहाँ लोगों से करने.
This is a spatial data. I'm asking
Yes, sir.
intergenerational data. When put your question, for example,
Yes, sir.
put your question on the slide. Questions on the slide.
Okay.
Suppose you ask
Yes, sir.
integration of Ayurvedic principle into contemporary healthcare practice. I want to know of 42.9% who said strongly agree.
Yes, sir.
How many were of reject? That would be intergenerational data, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So
And then I draw analysis as to, okay, I asked 20 questions, and in 20, most of the people who were of that particular range or whatever said that I believe more towards the ancient Indian principle and that.
So basically, we divided our survey into three age groups, and then we collected the data. And according to that, we drew our analysis. Ki the younger generation, for suppose they are more, they think that we can adopt sustainability. So that is how we drew it. That from different.
Where is that? Because all I see are the pie charts combine all the age groups. Where is the
Age groups.
data in your analysis?
Sir, if you want, we can show it on your Google Forms. It's there. And we have collected data through Google Forms. As I have previously told you, there was a time barrier, and we can't go physically all over India. That's why we have
The
collected
total number of respondents.
156.
156.
Yes, sir.
All the dots are.
They are showing the respondents, and that is showing the 0.1% of the respondent population. Because if we're showing the 1 people, if we're showing the 1 people from here, 1 people from here, there will be a map जो बिल्कुल खाली दिखता, and that not look good. That's why we have presented this 0.1% of respondent population. Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sanjay. Thank you so much for patience.
Up next, we have the team from KLE Law College. The team includes Chandralekha, Chandradeep, Nilesh Nandan, and Bhumika, and their mentor, Dr. Manoj Kumar.
Namaste and greetings to one and all present here. Firstly, Happy Earth Day. We, the students of KLE Law College, are here to present a paper on the ethnobotanical lore of ancient India, exploring the relationship between sandalwood, medicine, and sustainability. It's our pleasure to introduce our team, starting off with our faculty coordinator, Dr. Manoj Kumar B. Hiremat, followed by the students, Ms. Chandralekha, myself Bhumika, Mr. Nilesh Nandan, and Sharandeep. The main scope and objective of our research paper is to discover the traditional medicinal practices of sandalwood, to identify the sustainable agricultural methods for growing sandalwood, to understand the cultural significance of sandalwood in the current era, to emphasize the economic factors of sandalwood, to explore the practices of the past that could be revived in the modern era, to highlight the importance of preserving sandalwood for its medicinal, cultural, and economic value.
Thank you, Bhumika. So for any research, the focal point is research question. So if I talk about the research question, so we started with the ancient Indian knowledge, what we had then, and how we can connect with now. So it was our first question. Then the second question would be use of sandalwood in medicine use. How can we use allopathic and the Ayurvedic in the same manner? The third question would be sandalwood and the sustainability. As we know, sandalwood has a very good economic factor also. How can we use in a sustainable manner? And how that is the connecting fourth question also. The fourth question is economic significance of sandalwood in the contemporary era. So talking about the method, what we have used, it is the historical textual research, what we have done in the doctrinal purview. Second is, it is the articles from the secondary data, what it has been so far written by various scholars and the researchers, and the various books on sandalwood. And the third is the empirical data, what we have collected so far from the field research interaction with Ayurvedic doctor. And we also went to visiting of emporium. It is a Kaveri emporium. Is it situated in the royal city of Karnataka, that is Mysore. If I talk about the primary and secondary data, what I have collected, in primary data we have doctrinal and the empirical. In that doctrinal, we have collected the data from the Vedic sources, from the Veda, from the earliest Veda to Nirukta, to the Charat Samhita, to Shushruta Samhita, to Purana, various Buddhist texts. Even we can find various Buddhist texts translation in China. And even in this primary data, I went to one book, that is Old Testament of Bible. In that, King Solomon talks about how when he built the first church in Jerusalem, he used the pillars of sandalwood. And the secondary data, what we have used from the Government of India official research paper and the report. Second thing is the various general.
Coming to the first part of our research, it is based on sandalwood farming and economy. This is our first case study of our research, which actually gave us a breakthrough to get to know the economic significance and the sustainable agricultural practices. So this is a case study of Kavita Mishra, who is a farmer in Raichur.
A tranquil retreat nestled in heart of Raichur, Karnataka. Join us on a journey of discovery as we explore the timeless and new sandalwood cultivation. Kavita Mishra, a computer engineer turned sandalwood farmer from Karnataka. She has transformed her 8-acre ancestral farm from barren rock to a lush landscape, where 2,500 sandalwood trees are grown spanning 10 years, intercropped with coastlands like mango, guava, coconut tea, and mango, where sustainable farming practices meet profit for the small farmer. Sandalwood tree is grown in an integrated farming system, which combines agriculture, horticulture, tree-based agriculture, and animal husbandry. The system provides the farmer with the short-term, mid-term, and a long-term income, making both the soil and the farmer rich. Despite facing numerous challenges, Kavita has managed to turn her passion for farming into a highly profitable venture, earning 20 to 30 lakhs rupees per year. Her dedication, hard work, and innovative ideas have made her a role model for aspiring farmers everywhere.
So the second research finding, if I talk about it, is referring how ancient text is still mold our behavior today, and how this exploring the sandalwood handicraft, it is a vital significance for Indian economy to develop, to explore, and to to justify India's potential in the world level. If I talk about the ancient text, we have referred so many books, more than, I believe, more than 20 Puranas, Ramcharitmanas, even in Valmiki Ramayana there is a mention. Even if I talk about Valmiki Ramayana, in that historical and the mythological book, sandalwood is used as a metaphor to tell how sandalwood is a character for a human being and how we can use sandalwood as an example for developing our subconscious mind and conscious behavior. In Nirukta, there is a mention how sandalwood is like the center of the universe, and in the Skan Purana and the Vishnu Purana, it is said that goddess Lakshmi, her home and her adobe is nothing but the between the forest of sandalwood. And they are regarding the sandalwood handicraft, it is an emerging business in India, as government of India is also exploring and try to gave the momentum of handicraft. If I talk about in Karnataka, we have KSDL, that is Karnataka Soap and Detergent Limited, that try to develop a sustainable way to develop sandalwood and to explore and to reach out the sandalwood in the world purview. So we have a sample of sandalwood artifact. Kindly, jury, please go through that. As the price of sandalwood it starts from 33,000 per kg and it goes up to 10 lakh.
The jury can also smell it. You will all be able to smell the actual sandalwood from the very authentic place of the sandalwood city.
So we happened to visit Mysore, we consulted Ayurvedic doctors and also visited the origin of sandalwood.
As 70% of the sandalwood production come from Karnataka, and in Karnataka, government of Karnataka is doing a tremendous job for conserving and for developing the sandalwood industry.
Yes, so third part deals with the interaction with various Ayurvedic doctors and the use of sandalwood in medicines. We basically visited two doctors, one for the first doctor being Dr. Srinivas Yadav at the sandalwood city of Karnataka, that is in Mysore, and the second doctor was at the capital city of Karnataka, Bengaluru, Dr. Sandhya Bhatt. So okay, so coming to the first doctor, our first doctor visit was at the sandalwood city of Karnataka, that is Mysore, with Dr. Srinivas Yadav. He gave us insights about how the usage of sandalwood in medicine for treating respiratory issues, skin issues like inflammation, eczema, psoriasis, and cancer treatment, etc. He additionally gave us insights on the usage of the same, that is sandalwood, on two different conditions that we didn't come across in our research. The first condition being overflow of menstrual blood, where women who approach the doctor facing an issue of overflow of menstrual blood during their monthly cycle for a period continuously for 2 to 3 months will be treated with sandalwood in their medications, which will help them in reduction of the overflow of menstrual blood, along with additional supplements. So the second condition that we came across apart from our research was over ejaculation in men. So this is a condition where men release excessive sperms for a long period continuously, and this was also a severe condition that will be treated successfully with the usage of sandalwood along with other supplements with the right prescription from the doctor. We also had the privilege to touch and experience the red sandalwood powder that the doctors use in their laboratories. I would kindly request the jury to look into the pictures of the red sandalwood that we got to experience. Post that, we also paid visit to our second doctor at the capital of Karnataka, Bengaluru, Dr. Sandhya Bhatt. We got amazed after hearing to one of her successful stories of her medical career, where a 14-year-old girl approached Dr. Sandhya with wood paste on the affected areas of inflammation, itchiness, and flaky skin. Thankfully, post the usage of the remedy that was provided by Dr. Sandhya, the 14-year-old the condition that the 14-year-old girl had was treated successfully. So, with this, we would like to conclude with our case studies and the visit with our doctors.
The challenges that we came through during our research journey is that first consulting the right Ayurvedic doctors who actually use sandalwood in their practice, and also finding a sandalwood farm which also involves sustainable farming, which we were successful enough to visit Raichur and interact with Kavita Mishra. And third being the photography permission was not allowed in Kaveri Emporium, but with the help of authorities, we were able to click certain pictures, which is also submitted in our report as well. And first thing is the lack of awareness was there initially of how the sandalwood cultivation happens, because it has a very lengthy maturity period. And the fifth one being finding the authenticity of sandalwood in ancient texts. So there have been references in from various presentations of Charaka Samhita, Ramayana, Mahabharata and all, but we wanted to know the authenticity. The same has been submitted in the report as well. And lack of support from KSDL, because lastly, I would like to conclude by saying that our entire team has yielded profound insights on into the multifaceted dimensions of sandalwood, from its therapeutic significance in Ayurvedic medicine to its artistic embodiment in handicrafts and the implement of sustainable farming methodologies. The exploration has underscored the intrinsic values of sandalwood. So we are extremely grateful for the opportunities that has been given to us, especially the judges who have been throughout our research journey. And because of your valuable insights and feedback, we were able to come up with a conclusion through our research project. We are open for questions and any suggestions as well. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hello, so my name is Neha. So in your presentation, you discussed about the use of sandalwood in medicine, but sandalwood has been widely used in other products also these days, like incense sticks. So were there any findings about them as well?
So as we know, sandalwood is used in the traditional use in the puja and other things. But as we know, it is an integral part of Ayurveda. In Charaka Samhita and Shushruta Sanhita, there are many times mentioned of Ayurveda of sandalwood, how we can use. And regarding the alternate use of the sandalwood, these days in the beauty product, in the soap, in the perfume industry, and even in the artifact, we can see the dough base and many things. It is carved and made by the sandalwood. And to be honest, it's a product of money actually. It's a money, then you can buy that.
You would have come across the very famous Mysore sandal soap that is being manufactured by the KSDL itself. That is from Karnataka. And also you can actually go to our sandalwood oil, which we have collected from our research as well. So there are other products as well from sandalwood.
I have one more question. Like you said, that sandalwood is very expensive,
Yes.
and due to that, there has been a lot of
It was a different question, but
ma'am, the question is not associated with the previous question. Can I continue? Okay.
Like, mostly answer your question.
So hello, my name is Amrit and I'm from Hansraj College. So my question is very simple, that how will you test the authenticity of the sandalwood, whether it is pure or impure? And you told, as this boy told, that it is very costly. So you are using it in drugs and other products. So how, mainly in drugs, and you are saying that it is curing also. So how would you use it for a common man? How would you how did it reach to a common man also for it, because it's costly?
Yeah. Firstly, if you see in ancient India, sandalwood was easily available for any kind of skin allergies or even for beauty. Yeah, for beauty products, sandalwood was used essentially. But because of the growth, that because for growing sandalwood, it takes nearly 15 to 20 years, and also it might go to 30 years as well. So because of the lengthy maturity period, the cost increases as well. So that is the reason why sandalwood is very costly, and why it is not available for common man, because now there are alternative medicines as well. But that doesn't mean that the sandalwood loses its the importance that it plays in medicine. Along with sandalwood, there are other supplements that are given for curing diseases.
For complementing this answer, I would say in ancient time we used tilak and chandan ka tilak we use. So it tried to ignite our chakras also. We have all the chakras. We tried to ignite the chakras. And when we talk about how we can use it day to day, the sandalwood oil, it is very costly, but we can use it in water, and it is like for 10 ml we can use for many long time. So I think we can use sandalwood oil, and there are alternative way also in which various other drugs and supplements are mixing with sandalwood, from which it is very reliable and very cost effective. So we can use that.
And to answer your how do you find sandalwood, whether it is original or not, you can actually take one of our samples of sandalwood, which we have collected like 2 months before during our research itself, and the smell is still there. And I guess the judges have seen that as well. So if you want to get original sandalwood, you please come to Bangalore or Mysore, and because that's the original production of sandalwood. And Kaveri Emporium specially, that is run by the Karnataka state and by the state government itself. Also, we happened to visit the Emporium in Delhi as well yesterday, but we were able to make out the difference of production of sandalwood as well. Yes. Any more questions?
Any suggestions?
Any suggestions?
I really like the presentation, and as a sociologist, my suggestion would be, because we are looking at the relationship between sandalwood medicine and sustainability, because the class angle was also highlighted by you and even the questions for the audience. Maybe the conspicuous consumption part and the class angle, and maybe to a certain extent, the caste angle also can be explored over whether who are allowed traditionally, who are not allowed, who are asked not to use it or not to touch it, because it is a very precious element, not from the economic perspective, but from scriptural, ritual perspective, also very interesting. So you can maybe, if you really want to add on to the research, then from a sociological perspective, I'm giving research. Otherwise, it was interesting.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very well done. With this, we come to the end of our technical session 1. The last team of technical session 1 will serve as the first team of technical session 2. Now we have a high tea, post which we can reassemble here at 12:15.